Welcome back to the series. Today we're going to go over tools for your LS build and torque specs. So let's go over some of the common tools you're going to need for your LS build. So some of the tools here in front of me are the common things I like to use. One, a lot of times, especially Gen 3 engines, you're going to have broken exhaust bolts. So to get those out, usually I'll mark the center of the bolt and then drill into that bolt a little ways and then use a number 2 easy out. This works great to get a lot of those bolts out. Kind of moving on, most of the time we're going to swap the camshaft in it. So we have various camshaft tools. This one here for the Gen 4 cams. This will help you get your camshaft in and out without tearing up your bearings. We like to change the valve springs with the cam. So those, we use one of 2 different tools. You either use this style here, where you just kind of bolt it on, it rocks down, or this trick flow one we like using as well, and that just kind of smushes down both springs at a time. But once you get it in, measuring the push rod length, you degree the cam. So there's other various tools used to measure the cam heights. Then once that is in place, you're gonna put the cylinder heads on and we're gonna torque that down with the torque wrench. If you're using like ARP studs or 0.1s, then we have our torque angle tool. This here is a must-have if you're using any of the stock bolts on the LS engine for the cylinder head or for the balancer. Those GM specs those out in angle. Then to put your timing cover on the front, you're gonna slide this over the crankshaft, and then your front cover will align to this tool. It'll just kind of float here on this tool when you have the seal on it. And then you tighten your cover down, that way it's aligned with your crankshaft. And then on the rear main cover, we're gonna use this one as well. Basically the same process on the back. You slide this cover on, it aligns with the back cover, and then you tighten it down. That way it's in place and it's aligned with your crankshaft. That way your seals don't prematurely wear. Also, tip on there too, when you put in the rear and front main seals, you're gonna wanna put a little bit of sealer, some kind of RTV in there. I like using the Art-Rite stuff, just underneath that seal around the cover. That way those seals don't spin, because those are a known issue on the GM covers. Valve seal tool, so this helps you slide those seals on the valves. And other tools here to put the power steering pulley on. You're gonna need one of these, and to get it off, so these could be tricky. Definitely gonna need a tool for that. So also, to get your balancer back on, you're gonna need this tool to slide that balancer back into place. And to remove your one that's on it currently, you're gonna use these factory style removers. This one here is just like a 3-jaw, so it just kind of hooks onto the back of your balancer, and then the bolt here pulls that away from your crankshaft. That tool is definitely very needed. And then once you get it back on, you'll go back to this one. If you guys already have an engine built and you have an ATI pulley on, we'll use one of these pullers. Slightly different, but it just uses the 3 bolts to grab the hub, and it removes the hub only. And while you're doing the balancer, it takes a lot of torque to get that thing in place. So unless you're blasting that thing on with impact wrench and giving a bunch of ugga-duggas, to torque it correctly, you're gonna use this flywheel holding tool. So this is gonna bolt in place where your starter is, and it's gonna grab the teeth of your flex plate or flywheel. That way it cannot move and you can apply all that torque to it. So for your transmission, tools I like using on that, a little trick to it is when you're underneath the car and you got the transmission bolted on, always shove the pry bar up into the teeth of the flex plate or the flywheel, and I just kind of like grab it down low and just like push up. Then you can just rotate your engine really easy like that. Easiest way to do that is get the engine in place, let the transmission hang down a little bit, use one of these really long extensions and a swivel socket, and this will be the easiest way to put the bell housing bolts in. This is a 13 millimeter. There's a couple 15 millimeter bolts that I like using this one to use it from the front of the engine. That way I could get to the torque converter bolts, and this will reach all the way through to the front of the engine past the accessories. Then for your fuel lines, so if you're removing an engine from an LS vehicle, or if you're taking it back apart again, these tools I like using. One, I always use the metal ones, don't use the plastic ones. They like to break. You're gonna need a 5/16 on the older vehicles. The newer ones only have the 3/8. These are little spring-loaded ones. Just remember, whenever you're loosening the fuel line, tip to that is push the 2 line sections together, because if it's back and it's tight against the lock won't release. And then you're gonna clip this tool around it and then push this tool forward. And then once that's forward, you just pull the whole assembly back. Fuel line pops right off there. Another thing I like using too, one, if you're setting fuel pressure or you're troubleshooting issues, Fuel pressure gauge, gonna be very helpful there. Another troubleshooting one I like using too. If it's not starting, is it getting spark? So super simple, just plug your wire on here, clip it, crank the engine. You could have this set to where you can look through the windshield and see if you're getting spark out there. And then if all else fails, big frigate hammer, we could just, you know, have a little chat with her and make her start. So for the torque specs used on the LS engine, head over to our website, click the swap guides section, then click LS swap guides, and then torque specs. In here, you'll find all the torque specs needed for your LS build and the torque sequence for your cylinder heads. Makes this super easy, everything's in one place. Hopefully this will help you out and give you a little insight to some of the tools you might need on your build, make your build a success.